My name's Gary Lynn, and you are on Cryptid.
You look at there's documents online of the courses they did with people doing the remote viewing to find even their own people. They'd send them to different countries and they'd tap in and be able to tell the CIA, whoever they want to say, whoever's doing it, exactly where their person is and what they're wearing and what kind of shoes they got on and everything from sitting in the office in somewhere in America. Like, if they're doing that sort of stuff, the governments would be making crafts as well and that too. Like, they're getting all this stuff from somewhere. 100%. It's not just they didn't grow up watching Star Wars and think, oh, I'm going to do this one day. Like,
exactly. Well, I mean, that comes back to the TR3B, the triangle.
That's pretty much what you said you've seen fly over you. That triangle shape.
Almost. It was a V, like
yeah, right. Oh, sweet. So it wasn't the triangle. Oh, yeah.
So think of two about the size of two F trucks in a V like that going.
So pretty much like them bombers they have.
Yeah, kind of, but like no noise. Just I guess like a mechanical buzz.
Yeah.
That was it was incredible. But you even go back through the Germans, the US, they've been playing with incredible technologies for 50, 60, 70 years. I mean,
they reckon the public's 30 years behind what they've got. Look at the thermals in the last couple of years. The phones are thermals. Look how much this one I've got up here. Like little $700 one. And look at the stuff that I've caught on it. You bought a $700 one 5 years ago. People would laugh at you. This thing picks up that much. I can't get the distance like you guys do and the picture quality, but if it's close enough that it's near me that I know that it's there, I'll catch it. You know what I mean? And for $700, like look at the phones. I broke my phone the other day, and I wasn't going to go out and get in a plan, and then I thought I'll just buy a little crappy one, save up a bit with moving out and everything. Like I've had to do all that. I thought stuff it. I'll wait and get a good one later on. This thing, $250 is better than the phone I broke. That was $1,000 Samsung. You know what I mean? This is a dodgy little Samsung from JB Hi-Fi for $250, and it boots compared to the phone that was 5 years old. Like, ridiculous. The computers. This computer I built, it's 38 million times stronger than the computer they use to to go to the moon with, to control everything for that. It was $1,000. I built it myself. You know what I mean? It's 38 million times stronger than that what they used back then to either, I can't remember if it was to get the radio frequency or whatever to talk to them up there, or it's what they use to control the parts of the rocket and that to go off. Like, that's crazy, and it's sitting on my desk here. You know what I mean? Like drones. Look at that side. Drones, the cameras. They're not just thinking of this stuff. We're smart, but we're not that smart. They're getting help from somewhere.
Oh man, like it's if we've got this tech, I mean, just the computers that they'd have, these high-end military folks. I mean, you hear stories about what they've actually got. And it sounds like a brand new 2024 sci-fi movie. And apparently that's what they've got. It's all, which again comes back, the soft disclosure and those kind of topics,
It's only a matter of time they start talking about these creatures and what they do. Like, who would in their wildest dreams thought that Congress would be talking about UFOs or UAPs or whatever they want to call it now? And what's the chances of all the stuff that we're into with all this happening now, that me, you, everyone else, Cade, Attila, everyone that are at this point in history, we're all here at the same time for it. And that's what gets me with all this stuff with the energies and that. Like, we've had so many talks about it. How is it that the world's been around for thousands and millions of years? Us guys that are into this, aware of it all, how is it that we've ended up here at that exact point in time that it's all going down? Other than we're meant to be here for it, we've chose to be here for it, or someone's chose for us to be here for it, whether we can help people understand it or whatever. It's hard for me to understand why, but what's the chances, man? Like, even like for my dad to get to the age of what I am now, the stuff that happened back then was nothing. But then how is it in 33 years, the amount of stuff that I've been alive for, that all this stuff's coming out now? Fair enough, technology gets better and all that, but they still had stuff happen back then. But this sort of significant stuff, we're all here, we're all running into Yowies, we're all seeing the lights, we're all seeing all this other stuff and all the other wild stuff in the world too, that me and you are aware of, that other than us being here at this point in time for a reason, it's the only explanation I've got. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm 100% with you, mate. I actually speak on that exact topic a fair bit and think about that exact topic a fair bit.
Yeah.
Is that we all have a path and we all have stepping stones that we're meant to take, and sometimes those stepping stones might be very negative in nature, but there's stepping stones that need to be stepped on in order to get to this particular point. And it's only when you look back and reflect on those past stepping stones that you realize, well, hey, I wouldn't be in this incredible position if I didn't. I mean, like, it's, I was actually only talking to a mate about this yesterday, that the path, I used to race BMX when I was younger. And I will say I was damn good at it. And I smashing it fast as anything. And guys that I used to race against, and I used to smash them. They went to the Olympics. They went to the Olympics. I didn't, because I decided to chase girls and parties. I still ride, but my decision at the time was to chase girls and parties. They stuck with it. They went to the Olympics. However, those stepping stones have led me on this particular path, and I wouldn't be where I am now. Surrounded by incredible people like yourself and Sarah and Cade and Attila and whatnot. And even though myself and Dean are part of ways with Australian Yowie Research, I wouldn't have had those opportunities to be in those two documentaries, to speak to people around the world, to become friends with James Bobo Faye from Finding Bigfoot.
That's wild, eh?
I wouldn't be in that position. And to be in contact with people like yourself, with energy workers, with other contactees, other people in this incredible world, which I call the real world, not this fake program world that we've been coerced into since we were young. And it's just more fascinating and more wondrous each and every day. Again, it's those stepping stones that lead us in this direction. And I'm sure that there's got to be a higher purpose why we've all come together, why we found each other, why we're in contact with each other. I personally feel that there's something big coming. Like, I can feel it inside me. There's something big coming.
I feel it every day, dude.
I don't know what it is, but there's it's I think this year something big's going to happen this year.
And it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad either.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think it's going to be a big, incredible, wonderful thing.
I get up, I feel like there's better on the horizon. You know what I mean? Like, wild, like everything. So I'm the same, man. Everything that's ever happened to me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the brilliant, everything. Everyone always goes, "Oh, I wish I could change that," or "I wish I didn't do this," or "I wish I didn't." I made a lot of mistakes in my life. I know I've had a lot of bad stuff happen to me too. But if one of those things didn't happen, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now.
100%,
You know what I mean?
right? 100%.
And
yes,
it's nothing
definitely.
to do with, I just made the right decisions, or I did this, or I did that. It's, I think when we come here, we've got no choice of the matter. And whether we tried our best not to do that or not have that happen to us or anything like that, it was still going to happen, even if it took an extra 3 weeks or a month or 10 years. Like everything that happens to us is happening for a reason. And that's why I think there's no chance that we just coincidentally all ended up here with the same mindset and the same ideas and the same things happening to us. That all couldn't have all just happened as a coincidence for us to be here right now.
Firstly, there's no such thing as coincidences.
No, and that's what I mean. So it's awesome, and it's great that we can sit down and talk about it. And I know, like we were saying before, a lot of people don't believe in this sort of stuff, and it's hard for them and that. But
that's okay, though. I mean,
until it starts happening to them, until it starts happening, man, I used to think this sort of stuff was fucking weird. I still feel weird talking about it, even like none of the guys at work even really know about my podcast or what I do or that, because I know it's just going to put not doubts in me, but people will think different about me, and it will affect the way I do it. I'm be more worried about it, at least if I just leave it like this. And if they stumble on it, that's fair enough. And you know what? I've had that many people come up to me without me talking about stuff and talk about the weirdest shit to me in the world at work. And then they walk off and they'll be like, I don't know why I said that to you. I don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like so I just leave it. I don't force it on anyone. I don't want people thinking this or that or out there. I just do my thing. And if people want to talk to me, somehow they find it. I don't know whether it's I put that off or whatever, but I've been sitting at the pub talking to people and they start talking about panthers out of nowhere, or they talk about something that went bang in their house, or like, it's like, how did you even think of talking that to me? You've never met me before. I'm just not some pisshead down the pub. I'm just sitting here like having a drink. Like, where'd that come from? And I seen a thing the other day. I'll send it to you later about high vibration. I know I go places, and as soon as I go there, their pets come straight up to me and don't leave me alone. Dogs, and like I said, with my stuff with horses, I always seem to be able to do stuff with horses, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like, they listen to me and stuff like that. Obviously, like to do with that, and have people come talk to me about the weirdest shit or traumatic stuff that you wouldn't talk about with anyone that you didn't know. It's just comes out of them, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't do that. And I think that's why we're having all this stuff happen to us. We're meant to be here for that reason, to help people and to help stuff that's out there, that whether it wants to come forward or it just wants to be known or just wants friends. Like it's we're here for a reason. It's not just a coincidence. And I think we're going to play a part in something. It's good. It's fucking terrifying, but because you don't know what's going on.
I can't get enough of it, mate. I wish the world of Harry Potter would just hurry up and be here right now.
We watch that all the time with the kids.
It'd be incredible, you know. Yeah, it's like I generally say a fair bit as well, is that every single person has had something they can't explain happen to them.
100%.
Be it a noise or a thought or finding something or whatever. 100%. Every single person, be it if they're on our path or they're on the definition of ignorant path. Every single person has had something that they can't explain, and it's trying to get them to open their mind up to that. Maybe it's not just some random thing. Maybe it actually was something that was done on purpose. That bump in the window or something like that. But I mean, I'll tell you one thing publicly that I have not said in a public forum before. So too with crystals. So when I meditate, I use crystals a lot. Specific crystals. I went to a specific shop to go buy my wife a birthday present, and there's a lady in there who's very connected. And I walk into the shop, and she sees me, and she's with a customer, and I bend down and look at some necklaces, and she says, she picks up a piece of amethyst, and it says, just hold on to this for me. Yeah, brother, whatever. I mean, at this stage, to me, crystals were just pretty rocks.
Yeah.
That's all I thought they were, just pretty rocks. And she gives me this piece of amethyst, and she's done with her customer. She comes over to have a chat. She goes, "What do you feel?" I said, "Nothing." Huh, okay. What do you got in your pocket? And I reached in my pocket and I pulled out the clear quartz that the Yowies from Shannon's old place had taken for a few weeks and then returned.
Yeah.
And had a piece of rainbow obsidian in there as well.
Yeah.
But again, like the rainbow obsidian was just a pretty rock. The crystal, I thought I gifted that because it's of the earth.
Yeah.
I feel that they prefer to have gifts of the earth instead of man-made plastic or something like that.
Yeah.
So I had this clear quartz and the rainbow obsidian in my pocket. So I've taken them out, showed her. She's then taken the quartz and the obsidian off me. So now she's holding them. And then being like a wheat pack that you put in the microwave, a heat pack, that amethyst heated up in my hand to the point where I went, "What the F?"
Yeah.
What? And not now. People might say like, "Oh yeah, it's because you've been holding it in your hand." Yeah, I understand that, but no. This was like I felt it heat up in my hand, and I've looked at that and what the F, and then looked at her. She goes, "Yep, these two were protecting you from that one because it's a new crystal." Okay, if you say so. And then she took the amethyst and then put them together, said some words, and came back and everything. And that's when I was like, okay, there's something to crystals. They're not just pretty rocks.
You can't prove that. Like, it's not just paranormal or it's not just physical. Like, there's no, you can't prove it. So you can't, people can't judge and that when there's no definitive proof that it's not real. Like,
exactly right.
That's what gets me so hard. It's like, dude, no one's physically, they probably have, but no one's physically got a body of a Yowie or a Bigfoot or a dog man or anything like that. They would somewhere, but to say, hey, this is it and that's all it is. Because even if you get that, it still doesn't, you're still not explaining why some old mate down the road seen one walk across the road and it was halfway across the road, it just disappears. Like you said, you can't find that, you can't prove that unless you get it on footage. And even now, with the way AI and everything is and CGI and that, it's terrible.
Big problem.
And you know what? That's why I reckon why it's been released so early and why people are being able to use that is to cover up the real stuff that's out there.
I think you're exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, like it's even bad up to the point where, like a guy I posted on Facebook yesterday is a picture of a baby beside a bulldog puppy, and they're laying in the mud, looking all cute and stuff. But straight away, it's AI. Yeah. But him, including everyone in the comments, is like, "Oh, such a beautiful picture." Yeah. And like, I struggle to fathom how people can't see that that's not actually a real photo.
Did you see that? I think you sent it to me. It had my story of the dog man, but it was AI footage of some looked like a hyena or something walking, but had like a wolf's head on it. And they were talking about, this is my footage I got of that creature walking.
Yeah, I remember some. Yeah,
and I posted on it. I'm like, that's my story, but that ain't what I got.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that's CGI or AI like generated shit. That's not mine. And people were like, oh, really? And then I sent a few and went over and, oh yeah, I've read that story. Yeah, I just watched it on YouTube. That's not what this is. That's fake. Like don't use my. Different people using my photo all the time and saying it was in Texas or Tennessee and all that.
Oh, mate.
Good that a lot of people have seen it because now they're telling people, hey, that's John's from Sydney. That's not.
It is incredible.
Like, it's wild.
It is incredible the amount of people that want to gain some kind of recognition by stealing photos, and if it's yours or someone else's, or
like everything. Like
even audio.
Get out there. Yeah.
I mean, I remember like even when it was with AYR again, we used to have people contact us all the time through Facebook Messenger, sending us photos and audio recordings. I remember this guy in South Australia decided to send us some audio said that he captured it on his grandparents' farm.
Yeah.
And I listened to it and went, no, hang on. I jumped on YouTube. This clown decided to take audio, the first 17 seconds of video 2 of the Sierra sounds. And try and send it through as his own.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, mate, no. And then he also then sent through a photo, which I think is from Georgia or Tennessee or something like that. It's called Chucker Bigfoot. So, in the movie Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell, there's that Chucker. Yeah. So there's this picture of this Bigfoot, alleged Bigfoot, coming down a hillside. It's nicknamed Chucker Bigfoot because it looks just like the one from Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy sends this through as well. I'm like, nah, mate, that's Chucker Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it is. And he's then losing it because I'm saying, no, mate, like the audio is the Sierra sounds.
Yeah. And
I've even sent him my Google search, which brought up all the Chucker Bigfoots with the Google search.
Yeah.
Screenshot it, sent it to him. He goes, no. And of course, I'm the asshole because I don't believe him. And he went back to the same old bullshit. This is why people don't take us seriously. Like, what are you doing? I'm not taking you seriously because you're ripping off Ron Moorhead's The Sierra Sounds for one.
I've heard him do it with Yowie Dan's audio and that before, and everyone's stuff. It's just like, man, I know a lot of them are doing it on like they're trying to help. They're like, oh, this is what I think this is good. It's going to help and that, but it's like it's not helping.
No,
and nothing's going to help. It's not. No one believes in this shit until it happens to them. No matter what you show them or tell them or anything. I've still got family members that laugh at me every time they see my photo. It's like you can fucking see a dog's head. Yeah, dog's head. But that could be anywhere. I'm like, it's 10 foot off the ground. We've been there and shown the documentary.
I've had that.
Track.
I've had the same
in the law when we went there and that. I'm like, if you don't want to believe me, that's fair enough. But then at the same time, had them turn around and be like, but you know what? When I was a kid, I seen a UFO fly over me. You can't say to me that's not true or that's not real. But then you're telling me, hey, you've seen a UFO or the ghost that used to haunt your house or like, that's the thing though, man. Without people seeing it and experiencing it themselves, no matter what we find, they're not going to.
It's not good enough.
Taking a bar of it, which is shit. But at the same time, it's how people digest stuff and deal with it too. Because fucking, it's terrifying to know that these things are out there, whether they're nice or not. There's still always good and bad in everyone and everything.
For sure.
And it's terrifying. Still shit every time I go anywhere with the kids out in the bush because you don't know what it's like or what's around or that. Like, it's understandable why people go, fuck that, I don't want to hear about it, or nut, you're a liar. Because if we're lying, they think we're lying and that, it's easier for them to deal with. Well,
I mean, that's exactly right. You know, it doesn't shake their paradigm too much, so they can continue on being ignorant and carrying on like a clown and doing what they do every day. And sitting in the same position they have been for the last 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Stuff? You got your website, your Facebook page that everyone can go and check out, or?
No, nothing like that, mate. I think with the YouTube channel, I'll do the YouTube channel, but I doubt I'll do a Facebook page for it. I mean, like I've got the Paranormal Connections page, which is more so to do with our. To be linked with our paranormal nights, but it kind of got ruined for paranormal nights, basically because I put up a video of the pig that got ripped in half, which was sent into AYR years ago. I don't own rights to it. AYR doesn't own rights to it. The same person sent it to other avenues as well. So I threw it up and it went viral. It reached 1.7 million people and. The page went from a couple of hundred likes within a week. It went to over 10,000 likes.
Wow.
And it's that's too many people for paranormal night, you know.
That's it. They're a big hall, bro.
Like a town convention. So I guess what that page is, I'm sort of disassociating from the paranormal nights because it's just too much. Like even if we have a small percentage of followers turn up to paranormal night, we still don't have the available space to cater for that amount of people.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, where we've been having the paranormal nights, we're having sort of 40 to 60 people.
Yeah.
And that's with food and drink as well. Whereas if we have a fraction of those people who have liked the page, who are mostly, from what I see, a lot of it's Australian people.
Yeah.
We'll have 1,000 people turning up, and
that's pretty wild.
The venue just can't cater for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like that's meant to be for the paranormal nights, but yeah, that's going to do its own thing. My Facebook page, I've already got it started, but I haven't uploaded nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's called the finderer search for contact.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That'll be the name of it. Or is the name of it. I just haven't uploaded. I've got some footage ready to go. I just haven't uploaded anything to it.
Yeah.
Again, it was just that whole process of working out which way to go. But it is this stage. It is going to be research videos, like being out there with me in the forest.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to be doing on-site interviews. So people have had encounters and sightings. I'm going to try and line up with them going to the location. And we do the interview at the location. So it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be on camera. We can stand behind the camera, have the camera point at the location. We'll just talk about it. I've got a mate up the road whose son and his friends saw a big fella walking off the back of their place not long ago. They're keen to interview. Yeah. However, kids won't be going on camera. Only adults if they wish to be on camera, but kids won't be going on camera. Kids will stay behind the camera.
No, that's good. It's good to get out and you're helping people doing that, man. It's not like you're just doing it for your YouTuber and trying to make money or be famous or anything like that. At the end of the day, you're trying to help people because they're in the same position that you've been at one stage of your life, and you're like, holy crap, what had just happened to me? How do I explain it? And who do I have to talk to about it? And you go and do that, that's an awesome idea, going out and doing the on-site interviews, and you walk through and follow their story, follow their encounter. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it'll be intriguing for sure. Definitely. It won't just involve the big fellas. It'll be all facets. I mean, if there's ghosts or ETs, UFOs, whatever.
That's awesome, dude.
Just try and give the viewers a different perspective.
That's it.
So
sweet, dude.
We'll see.
We might wrap it up, and it's been awesome to have you come on, dude. And you're doing such a good job, and you've done such a good job for a long time, and I can't wait for you to be able to do YouTube and that, because I know you're going to have that many people wanting more out of you. And
no, appreciate it.
Just awesome to have people like you out there, like you and Sarah and Attila and Yowie Dan, that have been through this sort of stuff and are willing to talk about it too. And we need more people to do that. It's not just so people believe us more. It's we know it helps people. We know it's helping these people that are sitting around, had stuff happen to them that they can't explain it, and they don't have anyone around them that can explain it either. And we can't really explain it, but we're here to say, hey, don't know what happened, but this is what happened, and it's real, and you're not crazy. So you're doing such a good job, and I know you've been such a good help with me through everything the last couple of years. I can talk to you about everything, so I appreciate that so much. You don't know how much it means to me, the Yowie stuff and everything else that's going on. I've been good to be able to chat and bounce stuff off each other, and that it's been really good, and love to have you on. And in the future, I want to try and do one. Get Sarah on at the same time and a couple other boys and have a big chat about everything. So
round table,
it's been awesome. Good. Yeah. Awesome, dude.
Cool. Thanks for having me on, brother.
No
it's
worries.
Been great. It's been fun. Keen to do it again.